Hey guys, Captain Nate checking in. 9 a.m. Tuesday morning. After thinking we had the best bite of the year yesterday, we turned around today and we beat it by an hour and a half. Take a look at this bag. 15 Eagle Lakers, a nice sized king. We lost a couple of nice fish. We had some pop off before we were able to get to the rods. We had a couple of doubles. We had some triples. We probably came close to a quad or two. Man, that's your fishing report for Lake Berryessa for this week. Just unreal fishing. Everything that we ran spoons, we ran our stick baits, we kept everything from the surface all the way down. Our deepest fish today came at 30 feet. 30 feet was our deepest. And man, I'm just telling you, we've just been absolutely hammering these fish, hammering them. Now's the time. You know, I know that there's been a lot of you that have been trying to get on the boat. I'm sorry, we're booked solid through the second week of June now. And I'd suggest you get on the books sooner than later. With kokanee and kings coming out and being more prevalent, these dates in June and July aren't going to last either, guys. So make sure that you give me a ring and we'll get you on. Other than that, your Lake Camanche, Lake Pardee report, it's still the same fishing. It's starting to be more and more challenging though, guys. These fish, as soon as they're planted, that's the only chance you have to get at them. Without having boats, you have to get them as soon as they put them in, and those fish aren't going to stay in that warm water in the launch coves too long. So long leaders with PowerBait, you know, green glitter, rainbow glitter, white crappie jigs, white power eggs. That's going to be your best bet at Lake Camanche and Pardee. Of course, Pardee only has the one launch ramp where they plant. You can look at Lake Camanche. They plant on the south shore and the north shore. So you're going to want to check that out and, you know, make sure you're there a day or the day after that they plant. Lake Amador, they're still catching some nice fish, up to 10 pounds even. They're still loading them up pretty good. And, you know, trollers are getting them down to 20, 25 feet. The surface temperature up there is heating up as well. So, you know, a lot of those fish are dropping down in the water column. Keep your presentations in that top 20 feet. Speedy shiners, optimizers, trigger spoons, trigger juniors. Pretty much whatever you run, whatever you like to run out there, you can run right now. It's not limit style fishing by any means, but there's still some very nice fish to be caught. Other than that, guys, check us out at the Catch America YouTube channel. You can go on the Catch America website to get all of our spoon packages, get that chrome killer scent. The stuff is flat out working. It's lights out, guys. Get yourself some, and I will check in with you next week. Once again, this is your fishing report for the week of April 25th. We will talk to you soon. Have a blessed day.
Hey everybody, Captain Brian Rakucci with Big Daddy's Guide Service. We're bringing you the latest Catch America Lake Almanor fishing report. We got a lot of fun stuff going on right now at Lake Almanor. The lake's changing up just a little bit with this exciting spring bite. Previously, you've heard me talk about we're working the shallows primarily for fish that are feeding on pond smelt. We got some big changes in the last week. We've got water temperatures that are up in the mid-50s all day long, mid-50s and higher. That's really spurring the aquatic bug hatch. We got midges going off all over the lake. A little bit of a windy, cloudy day today. You can see the boats rocking around here a little bit, but still nonetheless, we got some beautiful browns and rainbows. Most of the trips lately have been multi-species. So today we just did browns and rainbows. We've been seeing some nice king salmon as well. We're not seeing nearly as many smallmouth as I was just because of the transition where we've moved out to the deeper water. We're not fishing those shallows anymore. I call them bug eaters. These bug eating fish, they're on these aquatic bug hatches hard right now. There's lots of ways to go after them. We're doing kind of a high-speed trolling technique with hardware right now. So you want to look for spoons. Lately, bright colors have been the going thing. The trigger spoon, the optimizer junior, any spoon that'll take, you know, 2.5 at the bottom end up to about 3.5 miles an hour. Look for those brighter watermelon colors, the reds and golds. Just today with the darker overcast skies, we saw an increase in sort of the minnow patterns, the greens, the blacks with silver and white incorporated into them. But for me lately, it's been all about the fast trolling hardware, running down anywhere from 15 to 25, 30 feet down on the downriggers. The aquatic bugs come up from the bottom of the lake, so they're hatching at the bottom of the lake floor, coming up through the water column, and the trout know that. They can feed at any level from the surface all the way to the bottom, so you need to keep an eye on your sonar, figure out where the heaviest concentrations of those fish are, and then go ahead and target them there. But if trolling fast isn't your thing, the good news is the fish are hitting stuff trolled slow as well. That means soft plastics, grubs, worms, mealworms, night crawlers. It's all on the table right now. So like I said, exciting spring conditions here at Lake Almanor right now. A lot of options on where you go on the lake. We've been fishing the east shore for the last few days. I'm going to switch it up and hit the west shore tomorrow. Look for these exciting spring fishing conditions to continue and only get better as we move deeper into spring and more bug hatches begin to come off here at Lake Almanor. For more information about the trips I'm running here on the lake, you can find me at BigDaddyFishing.com or at social media, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff, at Big Daddy's Guide Service. Tight lines, everybody.
Hey, this is Kevin Brock and welcome to Catch America. Let's talk about a little water conditions, what we did today. It is April 28th today. We're in the Calusa area, striper fishing. Honestly, a lot of the stripers have moved down. A lot of the guys are fishing down in Tisdale and lower. A big group moved down. We stayed up here and scratched away at some. So it was good fishing. We got fish for all our people. We're using minnows all day. Water clarity is clear, what we consider clear. Weather is absolutely perfect. High 60s, mid 70s. It's going to be all this week. So there's still fish around Calusa. The majority of them went down and moved down. But if you just pluck away on the sides and hang out and wait for them, you'll get some quality fish. So don't forget to like, subscribe, to Catch America, watch the videos, all that kind of great stuff. And if you want to book a trip, check me out at fishkevinbrock.com. We appreciate everything you do. We love you. Glad that you're fishing. Okay, take care.
Hi, this is Captain Monty Smith of Gold Country Sport Fishing with your Catch America weekly Don Pedro fishing report. The lake continues to rise. It's a slow, steady rise, and it's less than 20 feet from full capacity. The water temps were on the rise. They were up to 65, 68 degrees. That was on Thursday's trip. Friday's trip, the temps fell due to a north wind and cold 47-degree weather. Knocked it down to back down to about 64 degrees. And where we're catching fish, anywhere from 37 to 73 feet. What a week we had. We had a great week. Lots of salmon, lots of rainbows, biggest fish, nice king salmon that weighed just under 5 pounds for a guy. Him and his son was out here from the United Kingdom fishing, and they had a great time. They went home with 5 king salmon and 2 rainbow trout, and they released that many fish as well. And we're still using shad, frozen shad on a rigged, my homemade harness, and that's how we're catching our fish at the, like I said before, about 37 to 73 feet. The better action's been around the 55, 65 foot mark. We're looking for bait, we're looking for birds in the area. Once you find the birds, a lot of times the bait is under those birds. The bite is really improving, and with these warm weather coming, things will just continue to thrive, and we will be looking for kokanee also in the coming weeks. If you'd like to get out with me, learn how to roll shad for these king salmon, rainbows, and give me a call. 209-581-4734, or go to the web and contact me there at goldcountrysportfishing.com. I have a blog, have lots of pictures over the past years, many years. And don't forget to like and subscribe on the YouTube channel of Catch America. And thanks for watching this week's Don Pedro Fishing Report. I'm Captain Monty Smith, Gold Country Sport Fishing. See you next week. Have a great day.
Hi, Captain Wes Hoskin with Catch America Fishing. I'm here with your fishing report for April 28th. Been fishing on the Sacramento River, mainly for stripers. Bounced over to the Eastern Sierra this weekend for fish miss, the opener for the Eastern Sierra there. Fortunately, it snowed about 6 to 8 inches in Bridgeport on Saturday morning, and today was pretty windy, so we didn't fish either of those days. The past week, been on the Sacramento River. The fishing's been really good. Starting to turn down a little bit. We had a water drop on the river. Temps are rising, so a lot of the fish that were in the upper part of the Calusa section have backed down, and they're working their way down to Knight's Landing. Still getting our fish, some really good quality, but we're in that time frame where we're going to start to lose some fish as they start to spawn out. Now for the Eastern Sierra, Bridgeport, and Upper Twin Lakes, the guys that were hardcore and were able to battle the wind and the snow, they did pretty good on the trout bite. A lot of guys were sticking on the shores so they weren't have to manage the boats in the wind, but they were doing a lot of bait fishing, power bait, mice tails. Some guys were floating crawlers. People were trolling some spoons, doing okay. But the fishing was pretty decent on both Bridgeport, Upper and Lower Twin Lakes for rainbows. Brown trouts, there's only a few that came out, not the typical double-digit numbers that we get this time of year. Also, the June Lake Loop had pretty good fishing for the guys that were out there. The cut bows were doing pretty good, trolling spoons in that area. So we're going to get you some more on the Eastern Sierras. The weather gets a little bit better, and also some of the conditions for stripers on the Sacramento and maybe on the Feather Rivers here this following week. So don't forget to like and subscribe, Catch America, for your next week's fishing report.
We've been catching a lot of nice keeper fish, but this particular fish, this one pulled a little drag. Oh, it's a nice lightning trout. I see him out there. He's yellow. He's not a huge one, but that's a nice fish. Put the camera right here. Oh yeah, he's a nice lightning trout. There he is. They really show up well. I'll get the net. We can put him in the net. He's not crazy about the idea. Got him on that Chinook diver. There we go. Nice. That's a couple pounds. Chunky. There he goes. Get him swimming inside the boat. Right here. That fish was 50. Well, I had 51 feet of line out on the diver, so I figured that was down around 20 feet or so, and caught that on a pink Trout Tricks worm. That's a Trout Tricks worm that won't die. I bet you we've caught 15 fish on that one. It's all tore up, but hey, it's still working. Howdy folks, Kel Kellogg here. It is time for your Collins Lake fishing report. The fishing at Collins Lake last week was absolutely wide open. Excellent fishing, as good as it gets. The biggest trout I heard of this week went about 9.5 pounds. That was a rainbow. Nothing huge on my boat. Our biggest trout was probably 4.5 or 5 pounds. Limit after limit after limit. Surface temperature 62, 63 degrees in the morning. If you get a sunny, still day, it'll spike all the way up to 66 degrees in the afternoon. We did have a storm front move in yesterday. I fished all day yesterday. Came 3 fish short of 4 full limits, and it rained all day long. No wind, but lots of rain. The overcast is persisting throughout today. Today is Sunday, but it's supposed to break up and move on after that. And by midweek, we are going to be looking at high temperatures of about 75 degrees. If you decide to go up there and you want to troll, you want to position your baits from about 10 feet to 30 feet deep. It's a pretty wide strike zone. There are fish being caught all over the lake. My target speed this week has been 2 miles an hour, and I've primarily been pulling 2 baits without any flashers, without any dodgers, just pulling them naked. At the start of the week, it was all about the bubblegum pink Trout Tricks worm. As we came to the end of the week, the bite kind of switched a little bit, and it was all about the bubblegum pink Trout Tricks minnow rig, just like that there. With the action disc, a bobber stop or two, a bead or two, and then the bait. And pay special attention, I do have the hook in that bait towards the rear end. Sometimes the trout are a little bit tentative. They're nipping at the tail, and by having that hook back in the bait, that hook is going to loop around their lower jaw or stick in the hard part of their nose. Fish on, fish in the net, keep your drag loose. There are some very large fish to be had up there. Lots of lightning trout are being caught. One day last week, I had 7 lightning trout to the boat. My big fish yesterday, 4+ pound lightning trout. Just some gorgeous, beautiful lightning trout being caught. Final tip, you want to be using my trigger scent up there. I've been putting it on all the soft plastics, and I am seeing a significant difference in the amount of hookups I get on a soft plastic that has trigger scent on it versus a bait that doesn't have trigger scent on it. So lube them up with trigger scent, get your bait in the water, and get your fish on. We are enjoying the best fishing of the entire season so far at Collins Lake, and I don't see any end in sight. We've got great weather coming up. Water quality is getting better every day, and the lake is absolutely chocked full of fish. If you'd like to jump on my boat in May or June, reach out to me. Let's go fishing. Let's nail some limits. Let's fillet some trout, and let's talk fishing all day long. I'm Kel Kellogg. Thanks for the support. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you'll always know when we are here talking about trout fishing. Have a great day.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's Catch America Fish Report for the week of April 28th. This report's going to be on the Sacramento River for striped bass. I just got back from a week straight down in the Colusa area fishing for striped bass, and man, the fish has been really good. Still just fishing with minnows. We've had to deal with a little bit of a water drop because of flow reductions. And that's had us chasing, some of these stripers downriver a ways, but we've stayed on them and we've had, great success every day. Coming in with some really nice fish. We actually hooked a fish that, was in the 20s for sure this last week. And unfortunately, I didn't have a net big enough to fish it, to land it. So we ended up just releasing it at the side of the boat. But it was a great experience for the guys on board, and we got a lot of laughs and a little bit of chaos there. But, water conditions are going to bump up again starting today. They're going to flows of 11,000 CFS here in Redding. And that's going to hit downriver in a day and a half or so. I think a lot of those fish are going to move back up river, and we're not going to have to make that long run in the morning, which was a little bit of a change for us, especially with this rain and everything we had this last week. So that's about it really for the striper fishing. I got 2 weeks left, so I'll probably give 2 more reports and then I'll be finished on the Sac and headed to Shasta Lake and Whiskeytown Lake. Both those lakes are looking great. They're both full. Water conditions are fantastic. There's a lot of trout being caught. It's still early for the really good trout fishing, but I really, really like May, June on Shasta for our king salmon, and Whiskeytown's really going to start popping here in June. So look forward to those reports coming up, and I'll have lots of great information about, where we're fishing, how deep we're fishing, what the techniques will be. A lot of that information will help you out and get you dialed in. We're going to be doing a 101 on kokanee fishing too here real soon. So look forward to that in the coming weeks. I'll be just packing tons of great information in there to help you guys catch more kokanee salmon on your local lakes. Anyways, give us a like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I'm Jeff Goodwin of Jeff Goodwin Guide Service, and you can get a hold of me at jeffgoodwinfishing.com or visit our Instagram or Facebook page at Jeff Goodwin Guide Services. So that's it for this week. Hope you all have a great week ahead of you, and we will be talking to you very soon. Tight lines.
Hey guys, Brett Brady here, Barebones Guide Service. Welcome to Catch America. It's our weekly fish report. Fishing stripers on the Sac River, and it's been a hell of a week. Catching lots of fish, got some really nice ones here this week. Got some changes though happening now. We got water flow is being cut pretty good. It's really caused the fish to back up in the system, so we're having to move around to find them. Once you do, you're in pretty good shape. We're going to see our water warm up. We're going to see massive spawn off. We're probably at the peak right now, or a little over the peak of our stripers. So we're going to start seeing those numbers. We're not going to see those big, huge numbers that we were seeing here just last week. It's got to slow down more into a normal type of bite. You have your moments there where things are going to go crazy, and then you're going to have to go look for fish again. Trolling's been really good. Minnow is still king. Bait fishing's picking up. Water temperatures running. Got cooled off here because we had a little storm come on through, so it cooled us off to about 59 to 60. But now we're supposed to warm right back up again, so those temperatures are going to come right back up. The good news is we got water coming back on in. That should help bring some new fresh fish on in, as well as cool our water temperatures off. That'll be good. It'll be coming in later in the week. Check out some of the videos we got to have posted up here. If my production team does what they're supposed to, we should have some pretty cool stuff for you guys to take a look at. All right, until next week, again, it's Brett Brady, Barebones Guide Service. You can find my information right here at Catch America. Till next time.